Have you ever delved deep into the darker layers of well-known stories? Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through the parable of the tenants, a story that might seem straightforward at first, but holds profound truths beneath its surface. Let's unpack this together. In the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, Jesus tells the story of a landowner who plants a vineyard, equips it with everything it needs, and then travels to a distant country. Before he leaves, he leases the vineyard to some tenants. When the time comes to collect his share of the fruit, the landowner sends his servants, but instead of receiving his due, each servant is either beaten or killed by the tenants. This repeats several times, escalating each time in violence until the landowner decides to send his own son, believing they would respect him. Tragically, the tenants kill him too, mistakenly thinking they'd inherit the vineyard. You might be wondering, what's the dark truth here? This parable, at its core, is a reflection on human nature and our resistance to authority and stewardship. It's about greed, betrayal, and the catastrophic consequences of our actions when we stray from moral paths. Historically, the parable has been interpreted as an allegory of Jesus' own impending crucifixion and the rejection of his message by the people of Israel. But it also speaks to a more universal theme, how we as individuals or as a society deal with responsibility and trust. How often do we destroy the very things meant to nurture us simply because we can't see beyond our immediate desires? The vineyard isn't just a plot of land, it represents the world we live in, the opportunities we are given, and the responsibilities we must uphold. The tenants symbolize us, entrusted with these gifts, yet often failing to honor that trust. The landowner's sending of his son is a profound display of hope and faith in humanity, mirroring the hope that despite our flaws, we can do better. This parabolic tale invites us to reflect on our own actions and the lengths we go to protect our self-interests, often at the expense of others and even ourselves. It challenges us to consider the consequences of our actions, not just immediately, but on a generational scale. So what can we learn from the parable of the tenants? It teaches us about the importance of stewardship, the dangers of greed, and the need for humility and repentance. It asks us to look beyond the literal and delve into the figurative, to find the truth that lies beneath. The next time you read this parable, or any story for that matter, I encourage you to look deeper. What truths are hiding beneath the surface? What can they teach you about the world and your place within it? Remember, every story holds a darker truth just waiting to be uncovered. Thank you for joining me today. Let's continue to seek out and face these dark truths together. For in understanding them, we find the path to true wisdom.